It's a hobby. Oh, I don't want. I'm only in this to make music, and then you're all in competition with one another when you make a fucking track. OG Nasa knows. He sees it too. Everybody's like, "Yo, I'm not really a battler." Then Goliath drops a battle and hits up 7,000 people to vote for him. Like, don't tell me that bullshit. Like, I am the ultimate troll,
Yeah,
bro.
but I'm not like that though at
No, hold
all.
on. Everybody says they're not like that,
I
but
don't speak
then
for anyone but me.
yeah, what I'm saying, like, bro, like, come on, let's be real here. You know what I mean? Like,
But you don't
it's
think
like, oh man,
battling
don't
and this
judge,
and
don't
that.
fair feedback. Moment someone says, "Oh, your fucking track is balls," then you're arguing with them. Like, like no one cares, bro. None of you people are getting signed. Number one. Number two, I couldn't care if anybody got signed. And number three, if you live in Connecticut, I feel bad for you because
If I
that
ever get
sucks.
signed, you're licking the cheese between my toes. I swear to God.
Listen, old woman, I'm telling you this right now. Like, I went to Connecticut 3 times in my life. Okay, one time I
Yeah,
got
we
chased
we
out.
don't allow you guys here.
Yeah, one time I got chased out. The second time I went to a WNBA game and left the whole time. And then the third time I went to the WWE building and I stood outside and I met Kane. And it turned out Kane was a Republican. So I'm like, how the fuck are you a Republican? And then I looked at him, I'm like, he's ugly as fuck. So that's why he's a Republican. You know what I mean?
So that's why you're jealous because you don't have the WWE.
Dude, I'm a huge WWE fan, bro. You know what I
I'm
mean?
bigger.
Don't fuck with
Yo,
WWE,
no
bro. You know
lie.
what I'm saying?
Spider got a point though about that. Republicans are usually like fat old white guys who like don't keep their weight in check
Like your mom.
in
But
suits.
what I'm saying is who lives in Connecticut, bro? Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's all whites everywhere. You drive in.
Waterbury just had 2 murders yesterday.
Wow, probably a car accident. But what I'm saying
No,
is like,
no, not at all. Yo.
that's like every day on my block. But I'm saying like, yo, you walk into Connecticut and there's 7,000 lanes on the highway. It's like
The fuck you talking about? There's four.
in New York, there's like three or two in it because some dumbass
There's two
decided.
because you guys are retarded.
Yes, because some dumbass on the Cross Bronx went like, "Yo, when everybody has to merge in this lane, let's make it two, so there'll be 7,000 cars trying to merge in." And that guy was probably fucking related to NASA. But yo, like, look, when you go to Connecticut, all of a sudden there's like 7,000 lanes.
Yo, no
So
lie.
you're
I had
like,
to move traffic. I got off my motorcycle because I saw like all these cars weren't moving, and literally it was just some bus that was like parked because of an accident, and this idiot in the front wasn't moving his car. So I walk up to the idiot. It was like 5 cars down, and I'm like, "What the fuck are you doing, bro? Just go around, go around." It's like some other foreign license plate, like some other state license plate. And I was like, and literally like all the traffic just started to move, and I'm like, "Damn, I'm like a traffic cop for free or something right now. Like, what the fuck is happening?"
yeah, bro, they're all either from Jersey or Connecticut. They can't drive. They don't know
Nah,
how to
that's a
drive,
mass
bro.
hole. That's
You
a
know what I
mass
mean?
hole. The
You
phonetic
see, the
cunts.
problem with people from Connecticut, they either drive like a fucking Tesla or a Lambo. So there's no in between with that shit. So like they're all for the green, but they
You know
don't
what's
realize.
the real problem is like
Listen, woman,
all the people from New
woman,
York.
hold on,
Woman.
I'm dominant here. Yo, the EVs, when you're plugging them into the wall, do you know that you're actually using oil to generate that form of electricity to actually fuel up your car. So when
You
you
don't have a boat.
when you people like are all
It's not
about saving
electric.
the environment, just to let you know, it's still running off of a station that has to provide oil. That's why you save the environment. People are so stupid, bro. That's why
New York can't even have a Tesla.
Connecticut is number one
You
in the
can't even.
country.
It's like illegal to own a car now.
Because Connecticut, it's number one in the country for EV vehicles and all that shit. You see, in my opinion, white people and gays.
New York's the number one country of erectile dysfunction.
Let me tell you something, woman.
This is
You know
all
what I
on
mean?
coke.
Yo, I've been high on fucking drugs all day, bro. Like, I'm leaning, bro. You know what I mean?
I mean, I just take like a bit of Adderall to wake me up and keep me going through the day while I do market research
See,
and
people like Richard, bro.
you know,
People like Richard has never seen a
work for
black guy
myself.
his whole life. You know, Richard watched Blood In and Blood Out about Mexicans, and he couldn't believe it. You know, he's like, they really act that way. You know what I mean? So he decided to spend a couple of weeks in Chicago. He only lasted like
Yo,
an hour.
wasn't Anthony Fauci born in New York?
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah.
yeah. He was born in Brooklyn.
Yeah, typical.
So you're mad because I like Beantown more.
Yo, he was throwing pitches for the Mets game, I think. Not to cut you off,
Oh.
and he couldn't even throw it. Then he tried to throw it again. This was on TMZ, and they were like trolling him and like making fun of him and roasting him for like trying a second time. After like, yo, this dude, he tried to throw the ball and it barely went like 10 feet. Because you know it's like 100 yards. You got to throw that shit.
Like that doesn't matter if like Fauci's the guy that Richard, you know, because Richard said this like.
I mean, he lives in your backyard, bro. What are you talking about?
He said he invested
You have
in
barbecues with the guy.
Pfizer. He invested in Pfizer, you know, and he was pushing the
Spider's
vaccine.
uncle.
Y'all hearing
Fauci?
echoes? Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Fauci's. I'm not Jewish.
Uncle
He's a
Fauci.
Jew. Fauci's a Jew. I'm not Jewish.
He wants you to think he's a Jew.
What if he's a Nazi that wants you to think he's a Jew so you could take the vaccine and he kills all the Jews in the Fourth Reich?
You know, if all Jews died, I mean, I wouldn't be, you know, I wouldn't mind, you know.
I mean, that's how Hitler killed people. He was like, yeah, go with us. We're going to help you.
Yeah, the medical doctors were.
Aren't you a big Steinbrenner guy?
Yo, it was the medical doctor that came out with Zyklon B. The gas.
Dude, that's why I was so scared to take the vaccine because I'm like a half-blood Jew. So, like, you know, I'm still a Jew to
You're a
them.
Russian Jew? You're a Russian Jew?
Well, a half-blood.
Now I know your fucking last name, dude, because Russian Jews, there's only about like 4 different Russian Jew names.
Like, my dad's not Jewish.
Yeah, but you will take your mom's Jew name.
No, she took his. I think she actually goes to churches now sometimes.
This guy,
I swear.
You
No, because they had shit like there was some Jehovah's Witnesses that stopped him at my mom's crib like a few times, and I think they finally convinced her. I'm not lying.
He goes like, no, he didn't take the name, but he took the name. It's like, what the fuck?
Yo, she made me sit with them for a fucking Bible talking. But like before I finally moved out of the crib, I'm like, you're Jewish. Why are you making me go through this?
What, Jews talking about the Bible?
Yeah, my mom was trolling me. And she let the Jehovah's Witness into the house. I swear to God. And she had them talk to me. And I'm like, I'm out of here. I'm not doing this. Hell no.
Yo, when is the Jew gonna admit they killed Jesus? You know,
ask Gary Shafir, he'll tell you.
Yo, that was one of the best videos, bro. I'm surprised you know that. When he played The Amazing Racist.
It's even funnier that he's Jewish asking Jews to apologize for killing Jesus.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, he goes around in a fucking priest outfit, and then he goes like, of course, it was the Jew that ratted him out, and then he called it out.
He's like, snitching
You're
on
doing
me?
the same thing from World War II. That shit was fucked up.
Why do you always sound like that? All you people sound like that? Oh, that's hilarious. Yo, how come he stopped making racist videos?
He goes like, look, it's Jerry Seinfeld.
Like, I think I'm going to email Ari and be like, listen, I want to help you produce the next versions of racist comedy.
Dude, I think he stopped after when he celebrated.
Too many death threats?
Yeah, all the blacks.
Really?
To kill him. Really? But then he wore a Kobe Bryant jersey to his next.
Oh, yeah, he wore a Ku Klux Klan suit to a gas station. Like, yo, can you help me get some gas? He was mad polite to the black people in a KKK suit.
Free trips to Africa.
What?
When did you ever see the one where?
Yeah,
it was free trips to Africa.
Dude, I saw all those videos in high school.
Did you see the one where JoJo got knocked up?
No.
She has a porno. It's called
Who's that?
Corn's Gone Wild.
it's called Flipping Connecticut Red. You know, it's pretty dope, dude. A lot of black dudes are in it. You know,
I don't know what that has to do with anything of it being dope because of that.
It's called Corn's Gone Wild.
What are you talking about? What is that? Corn's Gone Wild? What is that? I don't know what you're talking about.
yo, Eminem
My porno
got,
movie.
Eminem got bodied, bro.
Yo, that Black Slim Shady diss?
But here's my argument with Eminem stands on the internet. I was just saying, like, yo, he's been rapping for years in his new trash albums because I haven't really been a fan of his since like 05. So it's like, I'm like, he's been saying he's like the rap god. He's always ready for a battle. I hear this all the time in his songs.
Right.
So like now it's not okay that somebody just took cheap shots about your mom being raped when she was 15 and all that other shit. So why can't like the 50-year-old Eminem who says he's so great and everything diss Game? And I mean, you both know why.
He's black.
He's fucking great in diss tracks. Dude, you see what he did to G Unit? He battled.
No, here's the
Jadakiss,
thing. Here's the thing.
Styles P.
If Eminem disses the Game, he's gonna have so many gang members try to like mess with him and like bully him outside on the streets and shit. Like it would create so much bad attention for him because the Game's fans, they're all the most ghetto hood rats you can possibly think of that'll
I
fucking rob
understand,
you and do
but-
anything.
But the Game used like like I know it was a long ass track. They should have cut it in half and went with the second half. But he literally brought up that little Debbie bar, meaning like his mom being like raped when she was 15. That's Eminem's mom. And the father
Yeah, bro, I
was, like,
ghost wrote that
22.
shit because I was reading up
Yo,
about
no,
Eminem's
shut up,
life.
faggot. No, shut up. Yo, listen. What I'm saying is he made that and then he was talking about you wore do-rag for years and never had one weave, cultural appropriation. All those bars that came in like one right after another is something you got to respond to, including that they're taking Haley bar. Like,
Wait. Did you say do rag and no weave?
yeah, because Eminem wore like do-rags for like years.
So what does that have to do with weave?
And never had one weave.
Because black people wear that
That has
shit
nothing to
to
do
make
with weave.
weaves.
I
He
mean,
doesn't have
one
black
wave,
hair.
Yeah, waves. I'm sorry, waves.
I mean,
Okay,
to make
waves.
weaves. I said waves.
All right.
No, I meant waves.
Shut up,
Yeah.
Matt, fuck your mom. But like,
I mean,
yo,
except for
listen,
like curly hair, I guess some
but
white
what
people
I'm
can use
saying
it.
is, if you're Eminem, you have to respond to that because here's how I look at it. This is different, and NASA should know because he's from New York City, a real city. That's always going to follow you for the rest of your life because if you were a killer of MCs, well, how come the list is Everlast, Backstreet Boys, Britney Spears, MGK? You're starting, and now, like, if you were a killer of MCs, like, all right, well, the Game just dropped all that, whether you like it or not.
Yeah,
whether
he
you
only
thought it
tries
was
to
good
kill
or
white
not.
rappers.
Yeah, whether you like it or not, he brought up some key bars right there. Even though I think he's trolling Eminem, he brought up key bars right there that got less of that. You responded to MGK.
No, but you notice there's like this like untalked about rule about how like black rappers shouldn't diss white rappers and white rappers shouldn't diss black ones.
I think what could be used an advantage for black rappers in a diss in the real world is that they can always go with the white angle. And I think that's like a little kind of fucked up because they did that with what's his name a few years back.
I mean,
can't
except
even
for like
think.
on Wild and Out, they invite white rappers to battle
That's what I mean. It's like
with
it's
black
not
rappers.
corny for them, but those jokes, like after a while, it's like when they make fun of the Justina girl who I would bang in a heartbeat. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it gets tiring. It's like you can't come up with anything else besides like white bar, like someone being white.
Yeah, I know, right? That's what I'm talking. Like they're the ones making it about race all the time, and it just goes to show when they freestyle. Because it's also subconscious. It comes out of the subconscious.
But the way the Game did it though was better
Who?
than that. He made the game used a bar that was actually really good, where he goes like he didn't. We did the culture. He ended on the cultural appropriation, but the line was he goes like you wear do rags for 10 years, but never have one weave. That's actually it's actually deep for a second because if you think back, he always wore the do rags and all of that other shit. So that's gonna follow Eminem. Whether you think it's a
Yeah, I'm the first
trash
person
song
to
or
tell
not.
people that in the chat room because I wore a do rag and then I stopped wearing one. So that's what got me to think about
Thank
why the
God,
fuck does
bro.
Eminem wear one?
You ever see a white girl wear a do rag
Nah.
or a bandana?
I mean, unless
Come
she's
on,
wearing a
bro.
wig, because do rags are used for wigs, aren't they?
Yo, this white bitch once, you know what I'm saying? She was wearing a fucking bandana, but she was wearing it out, not like folded up like a gang member. So she was blowing me, bro. Like, so I was like fucking getting tired of, putting up with that fucking bandana. So I took it out, bro. Bro, I nutted all over her face at that exact moment, man. And she took all my children that was on her face and she just put it all in her mouth. But she did it in a way where I didn't like it. So I told her, excuse me, can you leave the car real quick? And then she slammed the door and I drove off. I've never seen her again. And that's how you have to treat submissive women like JoJo. You know what I mean? Like,
You mean Liz Vicious? Excuse me.
who the hell cares? Same person. But like women to me are like women know their role when they reach 25 years old. They already know they're damaged goods. So it's like, they either have a kid or they don't, or they have a body count. If they have a bigger body count than you, never date them, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like the body count for a male should always be like 5 times more than the female. You know what I'm saying?
Elaborate. Is there supposed to be a punchline? What is?
No, but you
Oh,
should know this,
you
bro.
don't
If
want
you
your
live
bitches
around
ran
here,
through? I thought you liked your bitches ran through.
listen, bitches like no matter what they tell you, when you go out to the club, you go out to the bar, whatever, they're gonna fuck. But it's up to you to use the right type of signaling because a bitch is just not gonna randomly go out with you on that first date and not even
What, like
think
virtue
about
signaling?
like, hey, I'm gonna fuck because they know that there could be a possibility. Every bitch knows that. It's just trying to unlock that shit to get and fuck them,
No, you know what's better than going to bars though? Going to like clubs where they got like DJs playing, you got to pay like $20 to get in, because like those girls got money and shit. So like if you go up to them and you go, "Oh hey, you want to buy like a dime a weed bag?" Like she might just be like, "No, but I want you to fuck me in the bathroom." Like that shit happened to me one time. Like the first 5 minutes I walked into a bar, I mean into like a venue, and like I talked to like 3 different people. Like she was like the 4th person I talked to, and already she's like, "All right, where do you want to go?" And I'm like, "All right." She just grabbed my hand, and just like we went to the bathroom and started fucking. And I'm like, "Well, that was random."
Is that the one time you fucked a tranny?
Nah, she was like some chick from like University of Texas or some shit. That was like there for the weekend.
That didn't happen, man.
Yeah, she had a
But
long horn.
I'll give you like a quick story. Like
No, that shit happens all the time. You got to be as good looking as me, though,
gotta
Spider. You got to get rid of
you
your
gotta
face
get a
tats.
more quality. You gotta get more of a quality. Shut up, yo, bitch. Man, let me tell you something, son. They like these face tats. I don't know why you fucking people always judge me on my face
Yeah,
tats.
but you're not Post Malone.
Yo,
Nobody knows you.
Post Malone.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're like the white Tyson without
Nah, dog.
boxing.
you're just like an exterminator. Which mind you, keep your job, bro. There's nothing wrong with that. But I'm just saying, like, you don't have the fame and the. You don't have a discography of music and shit for you to be getting face tats right now. Like you doing shit backwards, bro. Like I want to get some face tats, but
Yeah,
nobody
dude,
knows who the fuck I am.
I got two.
That like I might need to get a
I got
job.
two face tattoos. Like, well, I got 2 face tattoos and 2 jobs. Now, let me tell you something. I don't. Do you think like when people tell me this, like that I care what dudes think about
Yo,
that
Spider puts on
possibility?
makeup before he goes to work.
No, but let me tell you something. I still catch more bodies than you ever did in your life in 1 year, bro.
You're a Marine.
So think about that. So think about that. Like when people like you, NASA, who are up at 3 in the morning messaging people random weird shit like you did to me a few years ago.
What?
You
You
know,
remember it?
I was out in my whip
I don't remember what I
coming back
say.
from fucking a hot Asian bitch. So, and that's with tattoos that were underneath my eyelids at the time before I had them removed. So I'm like,
What?
you know, that's the difference between people like me and you. I could be like an angry asshole like I've been for the last 3 hours, but then I could also be the most chill person because I know my surroundings, you know? See, people like you, dude, you're like what we call the low fruit in life. Because we all saw where you live with all
Oh,
that
because I didn't join the
fucking
Marines. Okay.
there's a destructive debris, your hot mother who died, and like,
What? She's
you
still
know, all
alive.
this other stuff. I told you I was gonna skull fuck your mom one day, bro. You know what I mean?
Didn't you say your mom's gone? Oh, no, that was Goliath, right?
No, my mom died in a car accident.
Oh yeah,
But what I'm
you
saying
you
is,
said that.
yeah,
Damn, that's
what
crazy. I
yeah,
almost died in a car accident when I was 7. I was in a coma for a week.
this is not Fast and the Furious.
Huh?
But yo, listen, what I'm trying to say with you, bro, the Russian mob isn't really around anymore. You know, they got the ports and everything, but it's not as really big as it used to be. But they're still around, man. Just to
Nah,
let you know.
Russians can't keep their own ports. They don't got ours.
The Italians don't own no ports.
Yo, you know what's
man.
crazy? When I'm at a bar, as
Yeah,
soon as
the
I tell
Italians
someone
still
I'm
got their shit
Russian,
on lock.
they don't want to talk to me anymore. They're like, "Oh, you're killing Ukrainian kids." I'm like, "What the fuck? I've been here since I was 3. I'm an American." Like,
Yeah, I know it's going out there, dude.
it's
Like,
insane. People don't
fucking
even
attack me.
they don't think I'm
People
like I'm a
attack me all
ghost.
the time. They think I'm Chinese, bro, and then they're like, you know, like I'm fucking taking over Taiwan.
Yeah, right.
So
Like,
I'm
what the fuck? Yo, why do
Yeah, but you're not
Americans
gonna
do that? Like, we're not in the countries where the war is happening. America harbors every race and civilization in this country. So,
Yeah, but we're also the only country where fucking Chileans or Mexicans will be born here, and then those countries will go to the World Cup, and then they'll be wearing the Mexican and Chilean flags. And I'm like, bro, you weren't born in Chile, you were born in fucking Idaho. Like, the fuck do you need to have the Chilean flag for? You know what I mean?
yo, I have a question for you though, Spider. Do you know the Marines that were, because you're from Queens, and that was the office that I went to like shop around for like different military branches to get recruited for, and the Marines were the only ones who were like, yeah, you don't even have to enlist, man. You could still just work out with us if you want to get fit. Because I was telling them like, oh, that's kind of one of the reasons I want to join the military. So you know, I don't have enough money for a personal trainer.
Get
I
rid
don't
of
know
your
how to,
bird chest.
you know, and I
Okay,
think he was
okay.
at that office.
I see what happened here. I see what happened here. You guys just have a group chat and don't even invite the Jewish guy.
Where you talk about on Main Street?
What do you mean? I'm
No.
half Jewish. I'm a half blood here, bro.
Yeah, but I'm a full Jew, dog.
Oh yeah, you're right. I get a pass, like, you know, for some people. Yeah, but you don't wear yarmulke.
Shalom. I do. Actually,
Wassalamu alaikum.
Yo, I saw these Jews
actually,
wilding
buddy,
in
I
my
wear.
neighborhood, and they were like screaming at some
Actually,
car that was trying to run them over. He goes, "Yo, what the fuck? Get the fuck out of my way!" And I thought it was some black dudes. And
I
I
wear.
look around, and it's some dudes with their, you know, those Jewish things they wear, like with the yarns underneath their shirts and shit when they're going like to Shabbat meetings or whatever, you know, for Shabbos to go pray. Like they were wearing
Bro, I'm about to
yarmulkes and
beat
all
you
that
up,
shit, and they were acting mad ghetto. I have it on my Instagram.
Silencio.
bro. I'll beat you up, dog.
Yo, Jews are getting frisky out here, son. You in
You know what
LA.
I'm saying? Jews have always hated Russians. Jews have always hated Russians, dog. That's the thing.
Ahead of what?
Since the beginning of time, Jews have always hated Russians. That's
Oh,
the
I think you
thing.
said ahead
It's
of
always been.
Russians.
I'm about to Russian your ass. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, what about Russian Jews?
I don't know about
Juice?
that, but I know about Russian juice.
Yo, you want to know something funny? I think that all this propaganda that like Russia's bad for this, like starting this war with Ukraine, maybe Russia's right, because I remember reading some articles about how Russia, like during the Soviet Union, they actually saved Jewish people from persecution from the Middle East at some point before, and that's why like during the time that Israel was created and shit. And I'm like thinking to myself, well, that's kind of
Spider.
weird that that they're saying Russians are are not trying to catch Nazis when they're the ones who were helping Jewish people before everyone else was.
Well, here's the thing, OG Ness. It all boils down to the fact that fucking Miss Vicious has a huge vagina. You know what I'm saying? Fit 2 fists in that bitch.
2.5.
Yeah,
One midget.
if you're Eddie,
One midget.
yeah, if you're Eddie Blake size, you can fit 4 fists in there.
I'm starting a comedy school for Goliath. People like Goliath because he just won't stop trying to become a comedian, and I guess we have to teach him if he won't. So at least he,
So, Spider, I had to go
becomes
look
productive.
up that fucking diss you were talking about.
It's horrible.
Nah, it was pretty good, but I mean, I didn't actually listen to it because y'all was fucking talking shit.
Richard makes better music than that guy.
Witches?
Richard, and he sucks, Doug. You know what I'm saying? He's asswipe.
Yo, next
So
time
I
you
got
join
some
the,
little
What'd you
Debbie's
say?
right here.
you got to use headphones next time you join the
Oh,
chat.
better than the host
Yo,
again.
wait. What'd you say?
I
got some
said
little
Richard.
Debbie's.
Trash.
All right, anyone who's not talking, turn your mic off.
No.
I'll give you a little.
I think
Yeah.
that-
Who's speaking so we could turn?
yeah, no. The little
Turn
Debbie
on
bar was fucking fire, bro.
someone speaking.
Like, because he was talking about that his father
Eating
who was
her cake.
22,
Yeah.
eating her cake. Yeah, that's why when people said the games, this was trash. Yo, he was
Nah, that shit is kind
that
of.
shit. If you go to the second half of that, like, yo, don't listen to the stands. Go to black YouTube, where all black people reviewed it. They said this is more of a damaging towards Eminem's legacy because he attacks certain things that like
I don't
people
know.
are that white
In
people
his
won't
flow,
notice. Yeah, that other
fucking
people
in
wouldn't notice.
his like
Yeah. In his flow, he
whole.
attacked the part of him always trying to be black, trying to be Royce the 5'9", so he was like the white
I'd rather
Royce
fuck.
5'9". So
That was the only good
those
part.
breakdowns were dope, dude. Like,
So
That was the
basically, I
only
didn't
good
listen to it. I read the lyrics, and it was dope.
it's like it's not
that-
even
He
as
just didn't
hardest
have
either
heart
because
personal,
if
you know?
anybody ever heard 300 bars by the game, that shit was like insane. So like,
Yeah, it
Listen,
just
listen,
kept going and
listen.
going.
That I was in the Ghost with 5'9s when you were trying to be the white Royce to 5'9 was probably the only good bar.
That was a good one. I like his facelift comment. That was a good one.
the facelift and the 6'9" was a good one because like, you know, how Eminem obsessed about mumble rappers and all that shit, and he was dissing 6'9". He used
Snitch
that
Nine's not bad, dog.
and he flipped it 3 different times. So it's like, you know, everybody can
I
say
like-
what they want, but to culture wise with Eminem, this actually attacks him even more because you got a real rapper this time who, for whatever reason, dissed him. Who cares? Eminem in his music the last whatever years has been saying that he's always ready. He's the best MC. He's this and this. Well, yo, go diss the game now, dog. But you got a bunch of people on YouTube trying to defend him, and then you realize some of those ones that are on there are like always get gifts from Eminem. So it's like, oh, so you can actually sway like opinion, but other dumb people like, and to me it's like, and I agree with Joe. There was some shit on there that was stupid. Like I didn't like those skits, but it's like when he got into like the real, he's like, you're trying to attack my African skin, and he said shit like that. That's some real hood shit that he spit at him. So it's like, think about it. Like as a battle rapper, you're like, dude, he's attacking the my
But
my culture.
I watched Shaq react to it. You know what I'm saying? The dude, the YouTube reactor guy, and he said it was horrible.
Well, when most of your money comes from
You're trash.
reviewing Eminem songs, and it's usually a bunch of Eminem fans that always go like, "Yeah, this was dope. This rhymes with orange. Oh my god, he put strap in a song." Like, if you look, you can actually look at the analytics on someone's video, and when how often they view, like, including review Eminem shit or like other kinds of stuff. you start realizing, like, his name is money. It's like
Listen,
money.
nothing he said was a lie, but like
Right.
it still doesn't change anything.
And it was a personal, like, those personals at the end should make him, and he was begging him to respond. So, like,
Yeah, you're right.
if
Begging.
if you look at MGK had a nice song that you could have played. I hate to say this, I'm just speaking facts. I don't care what
MGK's
anyone
disc was
says.
better than fucking
That
the
shit
game.
you could have bumped in the club, and people were bumping it for like a week or two. But Eminem came out with that Straight Thorough, Kill Shot. It was a better song, but it wasn't better bumping wise. It was just a straight up diss. What the game did was, and I'm gonna give you an example. He went through his whole style on the first verse, on from his beginning of the Slim Shady era, and then he did the MMLP. Makes the game looks like a stand though. To be honest with you,
Because
like
he is.
he's then. How about that line? About people that always like say Renegade. Eminem had the better verse, and then he said he's
'Cause he
like
does.
Renegade. He goes like Jay. I fuck with Jay though. Like, dude, he went through that whole shit on every debate with Eminem. Top 5 rappers, he got that in there. So it's like, if you really break that, if he would have cut off that first part of the diss and used that second part, I think that diss would have hit harder. You know what I mean? It's just 10 minutes can make you like fucking miss out on some good shit. That's only my opinion.
He took a long time to make some shit. That's all I'm saying.
He should
All I'm
make
saying
another
is it
album
should have been a maximum of
for Bad Meat
That's
Pete
all
or
I'm saying
Royce.
too. Is like you're coming on some old. Like you could have said this 10 years ago. And
Oh yeah, no, you talk about the Black Slim Shady this?
the reason why he did it. Kanye put him off to the side because Kanye's the king of promotions. Like, whenever he comes out with an album, he does something insane, and he goes like, "Go after the most marketable." If you look at Eminem like on Spotify or how much album sales, dude, his fucking first greatest hits album is still in the top 10 on Billboard, and that was released 16 years ago. So Eminem is the most marketable one. He's more than Drake. So, and to say that you're more money than Drake, that's insane because Drake has so many different types of fan bases. But if you listen to that part of the disc, if you're a battle rapper or you're a rapper, you know that you have to respond to that. And don't tell me different. White people all day been telling me you can't. And I'm like, you just don't understand culture then, because he attacked his own addition to hip hop culture of being a white guy. So he used all those other terminologies. This will stain him for years. I'm just saying, like, I don't know why people defending this guy. He's 50 years old. Like, he never paid you $1. You know what I mean? He kneeled before a flag.
Yeah, I don't know.
like,
I mean,
listen,
he definitely has to respond, but I don't know.
I haven't listened to it,
fucking the
right?
game shorts.
I haven't listened to it, but when I read it in my head, I read it in like an Eminem flow, and it makes it really funny to me. Especially that African line.
Yes, the African. He goes like African skin, and he made it rhyme too.
Right here, he goes. So he goes platinum, and oh, I'm on the math with him. He got all the blackest friends. He wants to be African.
Yeah. And then all like the 5-9 flips, 6-9 flips, and then the other one towards the end. Look at him.
But why everybody hate Eminem so much? Why?
No, listen. He goes like this. He talks about like Dr. Dre turning away from like him being a drug addict. So he goes like, look at him, an addict in a basement. That was fire. Eminem got bodied, and nobody wants to admit it. Like, I just start my own YouTube channel and react to it.
Ghost wrote that entire
should.
song.
Why did it just come out of the blue?
I ghost wrote it on the chat room, and I told the game to rap
Easy.
it.
If you go on YouTube right now, shows 800,000 views. Black Slim Shady. His next best song is like fucking 20,000. Like, because Kanye West, because he's the one who produced it, Hit Boy, all those guys, knows for a fact that that generates more with controversy because the game is a rapist, you know, and I don't care about it, but like, he's not supposed to be making music anymore or anything.
Rapes.
He has a huge case that was just settled, but like, Richard always believes in people, like, no matter what, even if they fucked a kid, until like come back from, like, you know, insanity, because he's a great guy. But like, you know, if you read those ending lyrics, how do you not respond to it? Motherfuckers defending, oh, it's a bad diss. Dude, it's not a bad song. Yeah, it's boring at times because it takes forever.
That beef is
But he hit him with the
engineered.
most personals.
Oh yeah, he played the race card. That wasn't played. I don't know. Like
You know, there is the
1,000
race card.
billion
That's what
times
I didn't
before.
like. That's what I told you. I think that's the easy way out. Like, but he did it in such a unique way that like everybody remembered him wearing a do-rag for years.
Yeah, the
And
do
then
rag
he
line.
ended the bar not having
With no
wave.
wave, I can't.
Yeah,
I can't.
Yeah,
it's like that was a good way,
line.
because he could have literally said, "Oh, you a white boy," and said it like in that stupid type of bar. But that was creative. Niggas
Can
will
white
always
boys
be
have
like,
waves?
"Don't touch Eminem. You can't diss
You can get
Eminem.
waves because we got
Don't
like
diss
frizzy
Eminem."
hair, like black people.
But no, I'm just trying to say,
Well, not
like,
really, but you know,
this
similar.
isn't good.
10-minute diss,
This
bro.
could be good
Come
for
on
hip
now.
hop, but I know the game, bro. I've been listening to this motherfucker. My dad used to pop crack from fucking 50 Cent before he died back in the 90s. And let me tell you, dudes like that are built different. They like 50 Cent, like in the streets and all that before he got shot up. My dad knew him. He was a drug dealer in Jamaica. But like, these guys would go and make like 7 diss tracks before the first one would drop. Eminem is garbage, bro. If you heard his new music, even that Snoop Dogg to LBC shit is trash. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That was way better
To
than
like
this.
respond because he's so successful. You know, he doesn't even have to,
that's a
and
cop out.
he'll still have a
Can't call
I
yourself
feel
rich.
like at a certain point, once you get too fucking famous, too rich, your music starts to change.
I think Eminem, if he'd respond, this is how you have to do it.
He's definitely gonna respond.
At the end of it, you could go like, "That's it." He can make
No,
a
Skinner,
bar
you and
about
me
not
should just
responding.
out of nowhere should just make like a fanboy, like a stand diss towards game.
No, but you know, he could, in order to prevent this from happening anymore, he could just literally say, like, "This is where my mic drops," or something. "I'm done." You know, like fucking referring to people using him, especially this. They use Eminem to get more sales. Have you noticed, like, when a new rapper drops, "Oh, in my top 5, Eminem," because they know the whole fucking fan base, they always go like Nicki Minaj, because Nicki Minaj fan base is crazy as fuck, bro.
But that's what it looks like too. Is like he's just trying to become more relevant again.
No, but look at
That's what it is.
my last analogy. When Nicki Minaj lost to Remy Ma, whether you believe it or not, she got destroyed. And then Little Kim dissed her. Do you notice, like, in the battle rap genre, especially on her lyrics, people weren't necessarily talking about Nicki Minaj's wordplay anymore. They were saying, dude, she went the pop route and all that shit. Yeah, she had bars, but before she got dissed by Remy Ma, people were like, "Yo, Nicki's sick." She had that song with Eminem, Lil Wayne. She had a song with Kanye.
It's business.
She had that monster verse that was the verse of the year. And I don't know if people remember that. But after, when Remy dissed her, they stopped saying shit about her lyricism. That's what happens. That's the culture. That's what other people don't understand what I'm trying to get at. The ones who live in Wisconsin, Chicago, Phoenix, you know, California, Connecticut, you know.
You fucking your mother.
Oh yeah, I forgot you have so much insight on Eminem when it doesn't even play in your city.
I have an insight of hip hop, so does NASA, because this is all we listen to all day here.
What's that
no other,
dude in New York? He's on the battle scene. Justin.
There's one other station in New York that has nothing to do with hip hop, and that's WFAN, and that's to do with sports. But there's 97, 105.1. They break down like this shit all the time. And let me
There's
tell
still
you something.
radio.
They haven't mentioned Eminem in like fucking 15
Who
years.
fucking listens to the radio? You listen to the radio, bro? How
Yeah,
old are you?
people, truckers,
Yeah, we listen to the radio.
Uber drivers.
Spider, you listen to the radio?
Have you ever heard of Ebro in the morning or the Breakfast Club? What, the Breakfast
I don't
Club
listen
is-
to the radio.
The Breakfast
Yeah,
Club is irrelevant.
streaming.
for you.
Anybody with a car listens to the radio, bro.
I'm on
Radio.
podcasts,
Radio.
fucking
Yeah,
Spotify,
it's like,
Pandora.
it's like fucking the Breakfast Club isn't relevant, you know.
What
The
the fuck
ratings
is the
are down.
Breakfast Club?
You know, Charlemagne the God and
I don't know what
DJ
that
Envy.
is.
No, it's because Charlemagne left. He's doing his own thing now. Like I think he's trying to be on set more, like as an actor or producing some shit. I forgot what it was.
Dude, he's on the Breakfast Club, bro.
Nah, but he's in some new show. I forgot that he was on like one of the talk shows, late night talk shows, like just a week ago or two.
Yeah. And he's with Andrew Schultz now too.
Yeah, that's what it was.
This dude has a podcast and he brings like rappers in. And he's in New York. What's his name? Justin. But what's the fucking show?
Dude, I met Andrew Schultz and he's not that funny in real life.
He's only funny when Whitney Cummings writes his
Listen to the radio or something. Who needs the radio? Ready, Harry?
Even my grandma got Sirius XM.
Like, you know what's crazier? Like, Andrew Schultz is more successful than Spider is, but Spider should be taking his seat. Like, I'd rather watch Spider for a podcast episode talking jokes and nonsense and shit. Like, he's funnier even when he tries not to be funny than like Andrew Schultz is when he attempts to be funny but doesn't. Like,
I've been trying to tell you people,
He tried
get
too
off
hard.
these apps and fucking let's get on YouTube.
because
Who
I've
gives a
been
fuck?
trying to go on YouTube, but these people never want to. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
let's do it.
But
we
to
ain't
make
gonna
fun
get
of
far
listening
just
to
talking shit
radio,
though. Can't be
you
a
have to
hater.
understand, if you want to listen to the Breakfast Club in New York, it has to be on 105.1.
No, it's called YouTube.
Yeah, that's later on, bro. When I'm fucking going to work, I'm listening to that, son.
Yo, the fact that
Not
you're even
listening.
mentioning Andrew Schultz like gets him more famous and happy that you even mentioned him, so he doesn't give a shit that you're talking hate. To be honest, like that's how I would feel if somebody was talking shit about me. Now I knew, even though I'm not being funny, I'm still making money doing that. I'd be like, fuck it, let him say I'm not funny. He's still saying my name, you know.
I don't know, man. I do the YouTube thing.
I would too. I've been dying to do some podcast type shit for years now.
Well, I'm
But
posting these
nobody ever
episodes
wants
up.
to fucking.
I still have to post the last
This
two I
is
had.
gay though. You need to have a little bit of fucking formation.
Yeah, but Rogan's podcast when he first started out were crap, and he even admits it mad times. Like he's like, you just gotta post
You-
content, and then you'll get better along the way if you're not already.
Right. We're not talking about being better. I'm talking about you need to.
No, I mean like
Format it a
getting the
little
right
bit.
equipment,
Know what
getting
you're
a
talking
studio, like
I'm not talking about that.
flying people out here or wherever
I'm not
the hell
talking about that.
the headquarters are to interview, yada yada.
Zoom calls work fine. You could start small. Don't think so
Well, let's
fucking
do
big.
it. You know, I gotta
But yeah,
get
you're
my
talking
mic
more about
right.
like Zoom calls. Yeah. I was saying that we should just schedule a Zoom call, but I don't think everyone has different schedules, and we don't know anyone's schedule, and I guess we just have to agree
That's
on
why
a
you
date.
schedule it. You schedule it.
All right, so once on Saturdays and once on Tuesdays.
But then you also got to think about like, what are we going to talk about? Like, for example, I've thought of 1,000 different podcast topics, but like, you got to get somebody to read up on somebody else to read up on somebody else, and then so you have a little bit of information.
Yeah, you got to do your
to
homework.
really. Exactly, but if you're just going in all willy nilly,
All right, so you want to make
sometimes it'll work.
you want to
but-
make an outline. Sometimes people make like an outline of like all the topics, so they don't get off
right.
track.
That's a good term. That's a good term, an outline. Not really like verbatim what you're gonna say, but like so you can stay in general topics and then veer off, but still be able to come back in because you know where you're going.
Yeah, listening to a bunch of podcasters talk about that's kind of what they do. And I always see like there's this new podcast out called "Are You Garbage?" where they invite like comedians to see if they're garbage or not in terms of their like likes and tastes and shit. Like, are they white trash or are they like, yuppies or whatever?
Dude, you'd be having live battles. I've had shit of like
But my
the
point being is
redemption. Like,
he has
if
like a
we fucking
notepad.
said you're trash, you can come back and try and gain this crackhead bitch.
But yeah, like he has a notepad of all the questions that he's trying to ask the interview, like the guests that they're interviewing. But this is less of a structure of we're having like guests being interviewed. Like that might come later. Like, you know how like some podcasts, like they're just talking on the camera by themselves, and like sometimes they'll invite like a guest through a Zoom call or whatever. But it's usually like one or two people that are just talking all the time until they get a guest.
Right.
So, we just need a good producer and like
But
everyone has to
because
have their
of
own
rap
thing to do.
fame, we could still get some kind of guests. It might be bullshit, but it's a start.
You want to start the
And
outlines
they're not gonna.
then email us what your
See,
outline is.
this is what happens. This is what always happens. I shout some fucking ideas, and if somebody's like, "Oh, okay, so go do all the fucking work now, and then come back, and then we're just gonna fucking do it." No, we ain't gonna do that.
You're the woman. You're supposed to cook, clean, and do the work at home.
I may be a Virgo, but just because I ain't doing that though.
I mean, usually the one that puts in the work is the one that gets to, have the ideas.
I mean,
just because I make the ideas.
So you're saying
I get
should
the
make the
ideas. I don't have the
outline?
motivation.
You can't have your cake and eat it too.
How about this? Everyone like telegrams each other like a list of topics.
I don't know if there's such a thing as structure in
Yo,
Troll.
I'll do it like a podcast, but I'll be honest with you. There's only got to be 3 people like hosting at max, because to have 4 or 5, that's just too much.
Yeah.
3 people max, and then maybe 1 person a week would be like a guest. You know what I'm saying? Or
Well-
you could do another podcast with 2, and then you could have a guest or someone else. I think that works. The reason why the Battle Me one like fell off was because the only one they had with personality on there was me and who the fuck was on there with me? Because that one had like 3,000 views. There was me and
the
Sinister
rap
Probably
thing podcast they
Chaotic.
started on
Was that
YouTube.
Views.
Chaotic. Was that the one with me and Sinister on there, and we were fucking breaking BP's balls and shit? And I don't know, but that shit was funny.
I'm pretty sure it was, actually.
Yeah, that's the one where I was like, yo, I think Chaotic Nature wants to take my fucking spleen, bro. And just fucking saw me in half. And then like BP's like, really? And I'm like, nah, I don't think so, bro. It's not that serious.
Yeah, it was some crazy shit back then.
Here's the thing. So like, is this gonna be a video?
It doesn't
Or
have
audio.
to be, but I think video gets more views, especially
Exactly.
if you share it down the right, rabbit holes. But in my opinion, it can't be. It could be about basic topics, but you gotta pick 5 topics that you want to go with. Do you want to go the news route, sports route, the music route, the entertainment route, or the lifestyle route? And you just gotta stick with
Conspiracy.
no, conspiracy will get you banned now because your political party, everything that you disagree with, the Democrats automatically shut you down. And
Yeah, but
I'm not-
you can
I'm not-
like kind of include all of it.
well, yeah, we'll go with that trending topic, but I think that'll work. You know what I'm saying? But I wish, because what's his name wanted to do this for. We did it for Eddie, because Eddie's mad funny. He's an asshole, but he's mad funny. And we have like shit that's on Anchor that's gotten a lot of views. But if you want to do it on YouTube to get the sub count up, we have to get like a trending thing. Or
You didn't
have a
mention
bunch
this.
of
Send me a
people-
link.
It's on Anchor.
I don't care where we do it. Anchor, you can put them on everywhere. You have to like post snips on TikTok and this and that so that
OnlyFans.
other people get it. I mean, if you guys got one,
Well,
yeah,
it's gonna be
and
like
then
something, but it's like I was
a
telling
Patreon
Eddie,
maybe.
I was telling Eddie, I was telling Eddie like how certain things could be funny. You have to keep the podcast to an hour, hour and a half.
I was gonna say that. Yeah.
You know, and it can expand when you get thousands of subs, but until you get to that moment, you want to just go straight through funny shit. But
Yo,
what
Spider is from
really
New
does
York. He
make
understands how filmmaking and entertainment works. I'd agree with everything he's just said.
No, I'm just thinking from what you guys relay on, like, especially when you talk about with the game's diss track. Think about it. If you can't listen to 10 minutes of a diss track of a multimillionaire of the game on Eminem, then why would you listen to a low budget, low key fucking podcast that starts off the ground?
Dude, even
So
Lil
you
Wayne
need
is
people to,
podcasting now, bro.
yeah,
So
but
let me tell you,
he's a
sometimes
goat.
it's just the personalities and the voice that hooks people.
Yeah.
And you guys, some
Well,
of
what
us
I'm
got a
thinking
good
is if you
voice
could
and a
get
good personality.
if you could get over a couple of hundred subs in the first month, that shows you your channel can get to maybe 1,500 by the end of the year. But it's all up to how you do it. But you don't have to have that many subs to then have a viral clip that could be played 15, 20,000 times, which I've had, which was one of my songs
Yo, because
before
if you think
Necro
about it, at the end of the
decided to
day,
take it down.
that people like rappers for our personalities and stuff more so than our musics. They really want to just know us and meet us like who we are, like in person, like what to talk to. Because like we always like make it entertaining because we always rhyme about everything when we talk and shit. So like that's why like people would probably pay Lil Wayne more through his podcasting than they would from him making new tracks and shit.
And
Because
also, if we do this,
you can include so many ads.
What works well is the different personalities. Like JoJo has a tough personality.
I mean, he's made his
But
bread
she's
already for
cool. She
music, though.
rolls
He
with
don't need a
every punch.
podcast.
Richard is a cool dude. He rolls
But
with
listen, you
every
gotta
punch.
stop calling me JoJo because there is a JoJo, and now if I get famous, you're just making JoJo famous, not me famous, and I'm not gonna like it.
But that's like the inside joke, Vicious, that I just call you JoJo because I'd be like, yo, ho, ho. But like, you call me Big Dick J, so, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know you want this New York dick, you know what I mean? It's okay, though.
No. Fuck New York, Beantown.
You know for a fact, though, like,
Your first name
New
start with J,
Yorkers,
Spider?
we hit it different, you know what I mean? So, like, I'll take you to a bodega at 2 a.m. to get a nice fucking turkey sandwich with lettuce, tomato, mayo. And then,
So you
yo,
go to
on
a
your way.
bodega here in Connecticut at 2 a.m., you're getting shot. I swear to you. I promise you.
Yeah, but there's a way to dodge those bullets, Like,
Spider, no, let's not lie. You're eating pastrami.
dude, I haven't had pastrami in like a year and a half.
You call yourself
know
a New
what I mean?
Yorker? Who is yo?
Pastrami for
Bro,
New York? Are you
like,
serious?
You ever hear
pastrami is like
cats?
for people that are struggling with their sexuality, like in my
Sounds like a
opinion,
bunch of
like
dogs
the
in
best
here.
you have to have every time I go up to my deli guy, his name is Mario, and I have to speak a little bit of Spanish to him sometimes, which is fine. But every time he asks me what kind of cheese do I want on my sandwich, I go like this: American.
I'm gonna try that. No, but you gotta say it with like a hillbilly accent. American.
He laughs because Mexicans roll with the punches. People think Mexicans are bad. Yo, they fucking hate the AOCs of the world. This guy's telling me he's like this fucking bitch, man. He's like, the fuck is Latinx, man? And I'm like, dude, it's the fucking gringos, homie. Like the fucking whites, bro.
Yeah, I hear you.
And when you talk to Spanish people from other countries, they only
I just
know
feel
one,
like you're gonna get flagged a lot,
they
Spider.
only know one name, Canelo.
Yeah, is this gonna
That's
flag
all.
our
If you
podcast
say
if we?
Canelo, they all turn around and look at you, and they're like, "What's for Canelo?" And I'm
It
like, "Oh,
just
he's
gets
fighting.
so racist.
He's fighting this
Dude, can we just get away with it by
Diciembre 12.
calling it
And
the
then
racist
see
podcast?
Holmes, yo, fucking Canelo ese, and then we get into like this
They're
conversation.
like, yeah, but that's
about
our
Canelo,
topic,
and it's-
racism.
Do we need GoDaddy?
Why would we get flagged? This shit's hilarious. It's all true. Like,
To you, because you're racist.
I'm sitting here like I don't know him. Don't cancel me. I'm not even famous yet.
No, but these stories that I tell you guys are like all true. Like it's like going to it's like if you want to get your hair cut, right, Richard? When you go to the barber shop, you got to prepare for
I'm
like a
bald.
45-minute talk, you know?
You're bald.
Yeah, I get no hair.
Nah, that's a lie. He ain't
Or
bald.
if like
Is that a
if you
choice?
I like
the
how we
worst
barely know
thing
how
that a
each of
guy
us look
wants to
here.
do is go to a grocery
Well,
store.
I got this little patch
Yeah.
on the very top of my head, but I like to shave that off.
That's why we need the
But
Zoom
like
calls.
one time, like my
I'm just kidding.
ex-girlfriend's Dominican and Cuban, so she's got it worse. You know,
You
her
love her,
grandparents
don't you?
from I love her, man, but she's such
You
a
fucking love her, yo.
she's such a cunt. She has my kids, you know, so I have to call her a cunt. But every
He loves
fucking
cunt behavior.
4th of the month, she calls me up and asks where the payment is, and I'm like, listen, woman, you know, it takes a couple of days for TD Bank to send that shit there. You know what I mean? And it's the same thing every month. She calls me like always a week or two later. So I FaceTime the kids. So they're coming up next month. I'm gonna hang out with them for a month. Every time that she comes up with them, she always acts like she's not gonna fuck me that day. But bro, she fucks me purposely, like so raw, just so I have it in my head how much I miss her. And I always tell her she's a fucking bitch for that. And
So what'd you do to her?
Every girlfriend
we
does that.
broke up for like mutual reasons, man. You know, like
Nah, it's because you're number 3. Rule
No,
number
because
3. That's the problem.
we
You
have
know,
the similar personality.
it's crazy
It
when I
wasn't
meet a
gonna work
girl
out.
that thinks
I had to
like
stay up here and work a long time.
it.
She had easy way to go down south. Her grandparents are down there. We grew up together. She lost one of her parents growing up. One of her father's very sick now, so she went down there. And then like my parents passed away when I was younger, so it was like I had to stay up here. You know, make a lot of money. She's down there. She's taken care of. But like the issue is with her is she kept butting heads with me because she always thought I was cheating on her, and I kind of was. Not really, kind
Wow.
of was. But like I always
You
thought
were.
that she had issues.
Admit it. Accept it. Grow. Accept it.
No, well, you know, it wasn't really cheating, dude. It was like, you know, a nice little pat on the back, a hand job here, you know, a hand job there. But like, you know,
Would you
Yo,
admit this on the
she
record?
did you easy. I would have cut your dick off.
dude,
I
she
will. If
you
my
don't
I
remember
will
when I
cut
was in
his
here?
dick off.
Do you don't remember when I was
That's
in here a couple months
disrespectful.
ago? I was telling Richard the story of the girl that cut me in the stomach. You know, like that was my ex. Problem is with my ex is she'll always love me, but I broke her heart. But we couldn't really get over the years. We just like separate. It's like other bitches I've been with. It's like never have feelings for again. You know, whatever. But like, you know, this is like kind of like crazy because it's been like over like 18 months now. So it's like you know,
Nah, that's crazy. I have
kind of
feelings for all
difficult.
my one night stands.
But I'll tell you a story about Dominicans.
That's fucking weird.
I
Why is it
miss them all.
weird?
I'm like, oh wow, that bitch like really left me like that. But you know what? Still love her. Even when I leave them, I'm like, oh wow, I shouldn't have left her
Well,
because
yo,
now I'm pussyless because the girl
let me
I'm
tell you
with just
something.
left me. I should have stayed with the other
She's
one.
like
Fuck.
darker skin Dominican, and my kids like are like light. You
Yeah,
know,
it's not
because
like
I'm
I'm the
like
one who gets
lightish,
dumped on all the time.
and they're
I
like
just
they have
don't
because
know
I
a
have
good
green
opportunity
eyes,
when I see one.
greenish gray eyes. They have the same shit. Greenish. I was about to say gay. Greenish gray eyes. Let me tell you something. Women die for dudes that have that lighter eyes because it changes colors with like
Yeah, I have those
whether the
eyes.
t-shirts you wear. It's probably one of the biggest
My
characteristics
my green
in a
eye color
human
goes
But
being.
you're
from green and
ginger.
blue. Like
What?
in the sun, like it changes.
NASA's a ginger.
Wow, Spider's in love
So
with my
yeah,
eyes.
dude, we that's about it. You know,
Pause.
she'll be up here in a month,
Oh no, he
and
said women are, but he
maybe
knows
she'll
how
hop
great
on
my
the
eyes are,
podcast.
which is still gay.
My sister-in-law's Dominican, so I'm no day crazy.
Yo, you
It's
know what I
just
noticed? Most people that are American have like so many
Is
diverse family
Dominican.
members.
Dominicans, like, they catch a bad rap. Everybody thinks Dominicans are crazy. It's not true.
No, but you think
The
like some
craziest
white guy,
women
like
I've
all his
ever
family
come
members are
across,
white.
or people,
This dude got like
are number
Spanish
one
family
El
members,
Salvadorans,
German, fucking
and number
Chinese.
two
You're like, what the fuck?
Colombians.
It's like, yeah, that's American. You know what I mean, though? What are you saying?
I just know that a Dominican isn't gonna deal with your number 3.
And what's number 3?
I don't know your Andrew Tate rules.
What?
I
What?
don't live by Andrew Tate rules, you know.
Andrew Tate's?
You probably are Andrew Tate.
That dude's like an industry
The
plant.
problem is
He
with
takes
women,
the shit
it's
I
like
say in the chat
when
and
they
just
marry
turns it
like a
into
black
a
guy when they're
persona
a
for
white
himself.
woman, they feel like they have to like fix him for previous generations of racism, when in reality that black man is gonna use that white woman for her white privilege to get whatever he wants, and that white woman's already conditioned enough to
But
take
you know,
that type of
That's
abuse.
called reparations.
most of the knowledge that I
Yep.
get for the shit that people repeat me saying first is from like gurus I listen to that make me think the way where I can like see the lies and the truth between things. That's like they don't have to repeat the things I say. They could just start thinking like me without
Alright,
having.
guys, hubby's home. I'm out.
You know what
It
I
was
mean?
fun though. We gotta for real schedule shit because I would work better with a schedule. I got 2 kids, work, my grandma. You know what I'm saying? I
I
got a lot of
understand.
shit going
Yeah,
on.
it's been like an hour or two.
So
Yo,
but scheduling would be better so I know what to work around. You know what I'm saying? Like if we're like every Saturday night we're fucking gonna record or
all
some
right,
shit.
let's stop this episode because I was recording it for an hour already. And I'm just gonna post it
Are you
on
fucking kidding me?
Anchor.
Oh my god! Don't post me anywhere.
All right, I'm still going to. You can sue me if you want because this is what's gonna get us paid eventually.
Get us paid, bro. You're gonna get all the pay off of our back.
Hey, but that's after I make a name for
That's
you.
the other thing we have to work out is if there is ever 5 cents, you better give me 1 cent, motherfucker. Okay?
I don't know. There's probably some pay structure with like guests on all these podcasts that they do, where they're like, "Oh, for going on this show, we give you like this percent for this episode." That they probably like schedule with their
Not
lawyers.
guess. That's why they go on a podcast is so that the people that listen to the podcast find out about them and then go research them.
So you're saying that it's just like Rogan gets all the money for his episodes for off the cloud of all the guests that he gets? As like one example.
Yeah, I don't know. Does he pay his guests?
I don't know. You should talk about this. He probably won't because he doesn't. He's like, well, I'm promoting your shit for free, and I have the most, subscribed podcast, so you should just take the deal, or I'm going to get someone else to get in that chair. Who knows? I don't know Rogan personally
Well,
like
that's
that.
what I'm saying. He's so big, like
Yeah,
I'm sure somebody like us would have to pay
like
somebody.
he has way
but-
more leverage against his guests, so it's different for him than it is for like someone like us, like some people like us just starting out.
Facts. But like I said, so pick a day, we'll schedule for shit like that and talk about like outlining all that shit later.
Word. All right, night, y'all.
Alright, bye.